Hey, hello there, everyone. So I have come in my office to record this video for you about emotional freedom coaching and about emotional freedom technique. Emotional freedom technique is often called tapping. And the way I work, we aren't always tapping, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So I think I've explained about me personally. I've always had very, very sensitive skin, and continually tapping on my skin I find really overstimulating and a bit unpleasant. And I believe that is connected with, I think that's a bit of a neurodiversity thing with me. Highly sensitive person, ADHD, sensory processing issues, and so on. So I've developed a method where you don't have to tap. So I hold, if I have a client who's like me, very sensitive, I get them to hold the points. So these are the points we're working on when we do emotional freedom work. They're acupressure points, and we have the point here, which we call the karate chop point. And then we'll work through here on the corner of the eyebrow, here kind of on the temple next to the corner of the eye, a little bit under the eye, under the nose, on the philtrum, under the chin on that little crease. And then we come down to the collarbones, where you have the little notch between the two collarbones and the little bumpy bits. We sort of come down and out a little bit, and a slightly hollow area, tapping or holding on there. And then underneath the arm. So if you're a lady, it's next to your boob. It's kind of or if you're a gent, you'll feel a rib there. Okay. So why we do this is it is a way of calming the stress response in the brain, in our brain. I always think of it as the James Bond films where they have the control room where the baddie is, and all the baddies are there in their white coats, all the baddie scientists, aren't they? Doing whatever evil thing they do there, and 007 goes in and creates mayhem and everyone's running around. That's a bit like your brain when you're stressed. That's a lot like your brain when you're stressed, that running around screaming. And in that stress center, which is part of your nervous system in your brain, I always imagine it. I say to people, if you have that kind of visual imagination, it's like someone's come and got the big stress dial or the wheel and sort of gone like that and are turning it down. So it's like you're turning down the anxious, overwhelmed, hyper-stimulated, stressed part of your brain, and you're allowing for that just to come down. And when we do the emotional freedom technique, we do the emotional freedom coaching with clients, I do this, I do that, we tap or we hold the points. And we also might do, say, some alternate nostril breathing or box breathing or belly breathing or heart activation breathing, any of these techniques. And I might lead that person, say to finish, I might lead them in a guided relaxation or meditation. So let's have an imaginary scenario when somebody comes to see me. Why do people come to see me? They're not well, or they have a phobia or fear of something, or they're very anxious, they're very stressed, they might have the dog in his bed, they might have these mean voices, these critical inner critic voices saying, you're no good, you're fat, you smell, you're dirty, you're smelly, everyone hates you, la la la. They could be voices from their past. If they've been bullied or continually reprimanded by somebody, by a parent, a teacher, whoever, it's like they're in there. you know, and you're back and you're 5 and you're at school and maybe you wet yourself in story time and everyone's laughing at you. And sometimes that is so stuck in here and it's like it's coded into you. And what we want to do is help you to remove any code that is causing you to feel stuck, traumatized, embarrassed, shamed, guilty, etc., etc., etc. So we can use this for a lot of stuff. You know, I don't talk about myself too much, but I've been doing an experiment for food cravings. I love food and I have a long history of overeating and not making the best choices when it comes to food and really struggling, like really like a craving that's an addiction, to be truthful. And I know that pain of that, it's, you know, like, it's like you've got someone clawing at you in your inside going, feed me chocolate. It's horrible, I hate it. So for the last 2 weeks, I decided I would tap on food cravings. And I started tapping on food cravings or holding points on food cravings. And you will know if you've done EFT, one thing will lead to another. As you unravel all this coding, all of these pains, these hurts, these wounds inside you, you'll start on that. So I started on that. And I would be saying, even though I know I overeat, I love and accept myself. Okay, and we'll say something like that 3 times, tapping or holding. And then maybe I would have said, I know I tend to overeat. Food has a hold on me. I really struggle with this. This feels like an addiction. And maybe you're tapping that instead. This is like an addiction. I feel helpless. I feel so helpless around food. You can be tapping with the right or the left hand, so you could be doing that or that. Feel helpless around food. I feel like I'm out of control. I feel like I've got no power. And you might go on and on like this. And as you're doing this, you may, like your tummy may rumble, or you may cry a bit, or giggle, or hiccup, or you may just feel something moving. You may just feel your mood moving, or your energy, or whatever. And you may just get to the point where we're thinking, okay, we're going to flip the script. I'm ready. I'm ready for a new script. So then we'll say, I'm feeling more comfortable around food now. I think I can do this. I'm feeling stronger around food now. I'm feeling like I could be in control. And then you would move around in control, remembering I have choices. I can choose. And I can use my power. And you would go on and on and on. Anyway, I started doing that, and then new things were coming up. It's like opening a box and there's something else in the box, and I was revealing things about school, things about being a very small child, remembering things where I didn't understand, but I felt very ashamed or guilty about it. And I don't even know what the thing was. You know, sometimes your subconscious won't reveal that thing, but feelings of shame, guilt, being not good enough, being criticized at school, blah, blah, blah. And I just tap and I tap. And every day for about 5 minutes, sometimes morning, sometimes evening, I'll just go, okay, what will I work on today? And every day I've worked on these things. And I cannot tell you how much pain I have healed. Food cravings are right down. the mean voices and the anxiety. My anxiety levels are the lowest for a long time. Feeling about not being good enough, being stressed, just general stress all the time. My diagnosis for the anxiety is generalized anxiety disorder. So not really knowing why, but just this low-lying stress fizzing around anxiety. Heart going, palpitations. No, that's right down. There is so much. I've changed so much in about 2.5 weeks. I was doing the tapping every day, and I do encourage my clients to tap. When I have somebody who comes for a session, yeah, we will do a few because you're going to need help. You know, I'm a practitioner and I know how this works, so I can tap on my own. I could have a session with somebody else, but yeah, you have your sessions, and then in between, I really want you to do your homework, because you wouldn't go to the hygienist or the dentist and get your mouth clean, get your filling, get all the care, and then come home and never brush your teeth again, would you? So this is like that. It's self-care, and it is 5 minutes or 2 minutes a day. It's that simple. You know, this is really powerful, and it's simple and accessible. And that's why I am really excited about it. And I wanted to share this with you. And I would love you to ask me questions. And yeah, obviously it's not going to be it's not going to work to do a workshop for you at this time, but I want to run one in January. So keep posted, keep in touch with me, and you will be hearing more about that. If you're not on my mailing list and want to be, let me know. I'll pop you on there. I tend to share things on there that I might not always share here with you. I don't remember. So that's the way to know what's going on. All right. I'm going to go off and do some more work now and then feed the dog in a bit. So I wish you all a lovely evening. And I would like to know your questions about EFT, your comments, your experiences. Have you tried it? Get involved, have your say. And that is all. I will leave you. Okay. Bye.